story begins on the vast plains of Montana, USA, where a couple, Claire and Mark Wells, experiences a mysterious encounter on a calm summer night. This not only alters their life trajectory but also unveils the mysteries hidden behind time and space. It was a calm summer night, and Claire and Mark were driving across the expansive plains of Montana, returning home from a family gathering. As night fell, the sky was dotted with twinkling stars, the air was filled with the scent of hay and earth, and the surroundings were tranquil and beautiful. Claire sat in the car, admiring the scenery outside with a sense of serenity, while Mark focused on the road. "What a beautiful night, isn't it?" Claire smiled at Mark, her gaze turning towards the boundless plains outside. Mark nodded, his eyes still fixed on the road ahead. "Yes, it truly is. Have you ever seen the stars so clearly before?" However, their peaceful night was soon interrupted by a strange beam of light. Ahead on the road, a dazzling light appeared, bright like lightning but without any thunder. Mark instinctively slowed down, eyes locked on that beam of light. The beam of light gradually expanded, seemingly alive, moving towards them. Suddenly, the light beam became extremely dense, and the vehicle seemed to traverse a thin mist. The surroundings vanished from sight, and Claire felt a wave of dizziness, clutching the seat tightly. When their vision cleared, they found themselves in an unfamiliar field. An unusual scent filled the air, the sky showcased unfamiliar constellations, and the plants on the ground appeared strange, like species they had never seen before. "Mark, where are we?" Claire couldn't help but ask softly, her voice filled with unease and fear. Mark frowned deeply, though equally puzzled. He tried to remain calm. "I don't know, but we better get out and see." They decided to leave the car and explore on foot. Despite their doubts, curiosity drove them forward. The surroundings were eerily silent, only their footsteps echoing in the grassy field. Shortly after, they discovered an astonishing circular stone formation. Giant stone pillars stood among the fields, each etched with mysterious symbols and patterns, resembling some ancient script. "What is this place? These pillars look like some ancient ruins," Claire said softly, or reflected in her eyes. Mark was equally intrigued by these stone pillars but felt a disturbing sense of unease. "We should be careful, everything here feels unusual." They continued to explore and eventually reached an open circular stone formation, at the center of which stood a towering bronze statue. The statue depicted a guardian in ancient armor, holding a giant sword with eyes gazing into the distance, exuding an imposing aura. At the base of the statue, strange runes were carved all over. "This statue looks like it's guarding something," Mark mused, moving closer to the statue for a better look. However, as they carefully observed the statue, its eyes suddenly gleamed red, emitting a low hum. Claire felt a sharp pain in her lower back, instinctively touching it, only to find her skin burning. She lifted her shirt, revealing a flashing symbol etched into her skin, deepening with each touch. Mark, too, felt a stinging pain in his chest, finding a similar symbol etched there. Suddenly, a powerful sense of dizziness overwhelmed them, and the visual surroundings began to blur and distort, as if an irresistible force was pulling them into a vortex. Their consciousness became foggy, losing sense of the world around them. When they regained consciousness, they found themselves sitting back in the car. The vehicle restarted, and not a single minute had passed. Everything seemed like an unreal dream, but the symbols on their skin confirmed that it was real. "What just happened? How did we end up back in the car?" Claire asked, bewildered, her voice trembling. Mark took a deep breath, trying to steady himself. "I don't know, but it looks like we just experienced a time journey. That field, those stone pillars, and that statue were all incredibly strange. That night, upon returning home, Claire and Mark began to feel unwell. Claire experienced constant fever and extreme weakness, while Mark repeatedly dreamed of the bronze statue, its eyes always staring at him, as if conveying a warning or message. Days later, Claire began experiencing strange sensations. She seemed to foresee upcoming events and could glimpse scenes from the past. This unsettled them, prompting a hospital visit. However, the doctors couldn't pinpoint any specific physiological cause. Interestingly, Claire's sudden foresight became apparent at the hospital when she accurately predicted a heart attack in an emergency patient, successfully saving his life. Back at home, uncanny events began to occur. Electrical appliances would turn on or off by themselves, lights would suddenly illuminate in the middle of the night. The most unbelievable happened one night when Mark discovered the car's engine starting on its own, despite the doors being locked and the theft system intact. Feeling lost amidst these events, they sought help from a renowned local mystic named Eleanor, a knowledgeable and elderly woman versed in ancient civilizations and mystical phenomena. Eleanor listened to their account patiently, then lit some peculiar herbs and began chanting. She explained, "What you experienced was indeed a time traversal. The field and bronze guardian belonged to an ancient civilization that left an indelible mark on a specific time point." "What do these symbols mean?" Mark asked eagerly. "The symbols represent the choice of the ancient guardians," Eleanor elaborated. "You have been chosen as witnesses of time, now possessing the abilities they granted. Claire's foresight and Mark's dream warnings are parts of these powers." Over time, Claire and Mark learned to adapt and control their new abilities. They began recording all premonitions and visions, striving to uncover the underlying meanings. Although their lives had irrevocably changed, filled with unforeseen challenges, they gradually found a sense of peace and purpose. They realized they had become one of humanity's most mysterious guardians. During this period, Claire's predictive abilities became more precise and powerful. She could foresee natural disasters, accidental incidents, and even pivotal moments in individuals' lives. Mark, through his dreams, communicated with the Bronze Guardian, gaining knowledge and wisdom from ancient civilizations. They shared this information with scientists and historians, helping unravel some long-standing human mysteries. Years later, Claire and Mark had fully adapted to their new life. Their home frequently hosted scientists, historians, and mystics seeking more details about their encounter and the mysteries behind their unique abilities. Claire and Mark willingly shared their experiences, hoping to contribute to scientific and historical research. Whenever they received visitors, they would organize their daily recordings of premonitions and dreams, presenting them to these researchers. These records, sometimes filling notebooks, sometimes in audio format, and other times preserved as videos, provided invaluable insights. As time went on, scientists grew more interested in Claire and Mark's abilities, initiating a series of scientific experiments. For instance, during a major earthquake, Claire's foresight led to the early evacuation of a region, averting a catastrophic disaster. This incident garnered widespread attention and further validated Claire's abilities. Historians, on the other hand, were captivated by Mark's dreams. In his dreams, he often saw scenes of ancient civilizations, describing the lives, beliefs, and technologies of the Guardians. These dream-revealed details helped piece together more clues about lost civilizations, aiding archaeologists in solving long-standing puzzles. Claire and Mark's story gradually transcended their small town, attracting international media attention. They were invited to numerous press conferences and talk shows to share their experiences and insights. Although some remained skeptical of their story, the undeniable evidence of their abilities gained increasing recognition. Some governments even invited them to collaborate, utilizing Claire's foresight to enhance national security and disaster response capabilities. Mark was invited to many international academic conferences, sharing his insights about ancient civilizations with historians. Despite the widespread acclaim and recognition of their abilities, Claire and Mark went through considerable internal struggles and pressure. In some weary nights, Claire would ask Mark, "What are we really doing? Are these abilities a blessing or a curse?" Mark would gently hold her hand, his voice firm yet gentle, "No matter what, we've been chosen. It's a responsibility and a mission. We must continue because perhaps we are on the verge of unveiling some great secrets." Years later, Claire and Mark had become legendary figures. They not only adapted to their new lifestyle but also used their abilities to make significant contributions to the world. Their story became a myth and legend, inspiring generations to explore the unknown and seek the truth. Though they might never fully unveil the true mysteries of those ancient powers, what they experienced and the impact they made had deeply etched into the timeline of history. In the end, they understood that the world is filled with mysteries and challenges, and it's this mystery and challenge that propel humans forward, constantly exploring. In this vast universe, we are all witnesses of time, guardians, and seekers. Thank you for joining us on today's adventure. See you next time.